Hello, welcome to the Business Success Challenge with a Difference. I'm Dr. Bridget, an ex-GP and now a neuro-linguistic programming trainer and coach, working with people to get business success for them and to help them unstick themselves. So this is a challenge for you because if you take this on board, if you listen to all of the 3 videos that are happening over the next 3 weeks, then you'll be so much further on than a lot of people in business. And if you don't understand it, you might get more confused, you might end up procrastinating, and I'm here to help you over that. So it's a quick video. The second video is going to be all about balance, how you balance your business with the rest of your life, which a lot of people in business struggle with. And the third one's an amazing system, which I'm not going to tell you about now, but it is the one that all of my clients and all of my mastermind clients get and use on a regular basis that keeps them on the straight and narrow. So I'm going to tell you about the biggest tool that you've got in your business today, which is in here. It's your brain, and I'm going to tell you how you get results. So this is your brain, and we want results, and we get results whatever we do. So we get some good results, we get some excellent results, we get some not very good results. So whether you're unloading the dishwasher, talking to your partner, training the dog, whatever it is you do, whatever behaviour you do, you will get a result from that. It's an interesting thought, isn't it? So this is the brain, and if you think about it, the really important thing is that when you look around the room, wherever you are at the moment, I can see lots of things in this room, I can see lots of things outside, and they're all coming into my senses, into my ears, into my eyes, into my ears, and things I touch. And that amount of information is actually 2 million bytes per second or even more. It's huge, isn't it? You can't possibly deal with all of that. In fact, we can only deal with 134 bits of information per second. So it's a huge sort of filtering system that we have to have in our brain in order to get down to that amount of information. So the way we do it is we use filters. So we use our memories. So we've all got memories from when we were born to now, and some of them are helpful and some of them are not. So some things have happened to me, happened to my clients in school, as when they were children, growing up in previous businesses, in previous works, that make them think, oh my God, that's a negative emotion that's attached to that memory. And while you might not think about it regularly, it may well help you, stop you from moving forward. Then we have our values. So these are the things, our core values are in place, certainly by the age of 10, but usually by the age of 7, that we get from our parents, our teachers, anyone that we interact with, and they are the things that motivate us in our life. So my top motivators for my business are having a purpose, having fun. So this is fun. If things aren't fun, I don't do them. Having clarity about what I'm doing and making a difference. And after all, that's why I was a GP in the first place, and probably why I left due to the changes in the NHS. Then we have beliefs, and we have beliefs that are empowering and beliefs that are limiting. So examples of limiting beliefs is no one's going to buy my product, I can't talk to people, I can't talk to large audiences, I can never go networking, money is not something that we talk about, if I set goals I'm going to fail. Those are the sort of beliefs that people get in business that stop them from moving on. And of course all this is going on at a sort of unconscious level in the brain, so you don't sit there thinking, what beliefs have I got today, and what's helpful and what's not, until now. In order to have beliefs, you have had to have made a decision. So things happen in our life that make us decide that perhaps we're not good enough, we're not worthy, that we're not a very good business person. We make split-second decisions, and that creates our reality for the future going forward. And they're not helpful, but they can be really easily dealt with by seeing someone like myself, working with someone like myself. Also the language we use, what comes out of our mouth is quite superficial, but it's based on a whole load of deep stuff, deep thoughts, deep things that are going on in your head, in your brain. And sometimes the language you use is useful and sometimes it's not. But the meaning of communication is the result you get, so sometimes you need to adapt your language. And then we also have unconsciously going on meta programs. So there's about 17 of them, which are filters, which I'll talk about at some stage in the future. But one of the examples is if we were doing a project together, are you a big picture person? Would you want to know the big picture first, or would you want to know the detail? Now, I'm a big picture person, and I want to know the detail sort of at some stage. Some people want to know the detail straight away. And I often find that people who are detailed, I feel like I'm on a different page to them, and it's just about understanding that, adapting, knowing who you are and who everyone else is. So, but there's lots of those, and it's really interesting. So the filters that we use cause us to do three things in our brain. They cause us to generalise, they cause us to delete and distort. So generalisation, I work with accountants, so I always use this one, all accountants are boring. Of course they're not, but it is a generalisation that people use. All politicians are corrupt, all teachers have got it easy. They've got 6 weeks holiday, and teachers obviously wouldn't agree with that, and nor would accountants, necessarily all politicians. But we do these things in order to reduce the information. Also, we've generalised how to drive cars, how to sit on chairs, how to load a dishwasher, so we don't have to relearn it every time. So we do a lot of generalisation. We delete the vast majority of information, or just take no notice of it. And if you think about, perhaps you've either driven the car today or yesterday, did you count all the cars? Did you look at the clouds in the sky? Did you count the blades of grass? Well, no, they were all coming in, but we didn't take any notice of them. And distorting. So if you have sisters, brothers, parents, friends, and you look at, or you think about something that happened in the past, perhaps a party or a family occasion or whatever, you'll have totally different memories to them, and that I'm sure you've had that experience. And it's because we've all got different filters, so we've all got different memories, values, beliefs, decisions. We use our language differently, and we've all got different meta programs. So of course we've all got a different model of the world, so that'll cause us to distort. So once we've done all this, we've actually got then what we call an internal representation. That's our reality. So things we see, things we hear, things we feel, and things we say to ourselves, as well as taste and touch. Now, the things we say to yourself are probably something you notice, because it's that little internal voice that chatters away in your brain, and can be helpful and often is very unhelpful. So that's our reality, and it's come from all of this filtering. So when we combine that with an emotional state, so if we're excited, happy, miserable, tired, whatever, you know that changes how you view things, your perspective on things. So if you're exercising, then you're sort of buoyed up. If you're absolutely tired because you haven't slept all night because you've been worrying about your business, then you don't really want to do anything. So it changes your perspective on things. And also what's happening in your body, because the mind-body connection is absolutely key. All the nerves and hormones that your brain produces cover all of your cells. So what's going on in your body affects your mind, and vice versa. When you actually combine all these things together, you get a behaviour. So what you do. So your behaviour comes from all of this filtering. And as behaviours get us results, so this is what we're looking for, great results. If your behaviour is not getting you great results, perhaps you need to consider and reflect on all of this stuff that's happened. So, what your memories, what your values and your beliefs, what's happened to you, how you do this and what actually is going on in your head. Whether your emotional state is good, what's happening with your physiology and how you're behaving. Because people aren't their behaviours, they're just the sum of all of this. So how are you behaving, and is that getting you the results that you want? So it's fascinating stuff. Everyone's got a different model of the world. People aren't their behaviours. Everyone's doing the best they can with all their available results. So lots of people who I see and who I notice around me are doing this filtering in a way that's not helpful. So get your pen and paper out. Have another listen, have a watch of this video again, and just have a reflect and think, well, are you getting the results you want? How are you behaving, and what's it all come from? And I've got a cold, so do excuse me. Probably not helping my physiology, but I'm having fun, so that's great. So thanks very much for listening and watching this video. It's been a pleasure making it for you. It's been a pleasure telling you about this, because part of my purpose in life is to spread the word. And it'll be a pleasure having you watch the next video. If you've got any questions at all, there's a link in the email. You can book a free or a complimentary surgery session, as I call it, with me, and we can have a chat about what's gone on for you in all of this and what results you're getting. And if you do that, or if you simply just understand this and reflect, then you're going to be so much further on in your business success. And if you don't and you just carry on as normal, then obviously that's going to leave you exactly where you are. So is it Einstein's definition of insanity? If you think the same thing and do the same thing and expect different results, something like that. Okay, so I'm Dr. Bridget, and I'll see you in the second video. Thank you very much.